Welcome to episode 4 of our Stellaris tutorial playthrough. I am Squire, and I am learning the ropes of this game. We're playing on the slowest speed so that I can just take my time, move through each area of how the game works, get the rundown from the little tutorial bot, which I have discovered. You can turn when you turn out. I wish it was per game. Like you start a new game, it's within that game that you decide if the tutorial is going to be on or not. And if you turn it off there, it doesn't affect other games. But that is not the case. It's game-wide, but that's okay. Alright, we were on robotic workers and warriors. Let's learn about refugees. We can decide whether we should accept or turn away refugees fleeing purges, displacement, and persecution in other empires. Ooh, a mummified pilot. The mummified remains. Long have I waited for my granddaughter. The mummified remains of a single individual belonging to a previously unknown mammalian species has been found drifting in high orbit over Bernard Star 7. Bernard's Star 7. We'll probably just call it like Bernard, maybe the Bernard system. That being is dressed in what appears to be a flight suit, complete with a helmet, and may be a fighter pilot that ejected in some ancient battle, only to be forgotten and left behind. Our study of the corpse has provided some interesting data, a truly tragic fate that helps our society research. That seems to be the area where we have a cutting edge, is society research. We get a little bit more than the other technologies, and it really does seem to be, I think, having an effect. We now know without a doubt that a thriving biosphere is not something unique to Earth. Both the scientific community and the public at large are eager to learn more about the various forms of alien life found throughout the galaxy. A commendable initiative.
Situation log has been updated.
Alright. Is there any downside to engaging in the Habitable Worlds survey? If there is, definitely let me know, because every single time I've played this game, I've always accepted it. So, hopefully, it's not a bad thing in the long run. Alright, looks like food is becoming a problem because we are telling people they can eat more food. So we'll just cancel our selling of food. Just handle that in that manner. Excellent. Meanwhile, we're also going to cut our sales of consumer goods, but we will increase our sales of minerals. Ooh, an alien spacecraft. Badly damaged military vessel bearing the elaborate alien insignia circles. Oh my god. Elaborate alien insignia. It circles Procyon A. The ship has suffered a heavy incendiary attack, which has melted its hull, leaving no survivors aboard. No weapons known to us today can produce temperatures high enough to cause such an effect. Perhaps the ship's logs may shed some light on its violent end. So that's a horrible... that was the worst Shatner I've ever done. Well, let's examine the logs.
Situation log has been updated.
Alright. Let's go to...
This is our science ship, which is used to survey astronomical objects such as planets in a star system. A planet needs to be surveyed in order...
Alright. So, UNS Discovery, you will survey that alien log, and then continue with your course of surveying the Procyon and unknown reaches of the galaxy. Excellent. Alright. Well, we'll let that all do its thing, run its course. Let's get back to those not edicts. We'll get those next. Refugees. We can decide whether we should accept or turn away refugees, fleeing purges, displacement, and persecution in other empires. We start with refugees welcome, that those fleeing death and persecution at the hands of tyrants will be welcome within our borders. Then there's citizen species only. We cannot allow compassion to overpower good sense. Only those who would be worthwhile additions to society should be brought into our borders. So refugees from species with full citizenship may arrive from other empires, then no refugees. To open our borders to the dregs of other societies would only serve to undermine the state. Alright, then we have population control. We can decide whether or not selective population controls should be legal in our empire. Currently prohibited to reproduce and propagate their species is the inalienable right of all of our citizens. Versus long-term demographics is too important a matter to be left solely in the hands of individual actors. That means that we can use non-voluntary species and planetary population controls and can selectively grow and decline species. Oh man. Interesting. Wow. Alright, then we have slavery. You can decide whether or not slavery should be legal in our empire. That's an interesting... I like that kind of full circle.
Well done. The first survey of a star system...
System survey concluded.
Yeah, we already did that. Anyway, how you have like the earlier Paradox games that take place. We have Imperator Rome, slaves. You have... Actually, I don't know if Crusader Kings deals with slavery at all. We do have serfs, sometimes very much like slaves, but also very different. Then you have EU4, which deals with slavery, usually with you getting rid of it. And then by Victoria 2, slavery is basically gone, and the few nations who still have it, it's a super not helpful thing to have, so they will get rid of it as well. Then you have Hearts of Iron 4. Did I miss someone? Nope. Yep. Which doesn't have slavery, I assume. Although, I mean, there's literally Germany during World War II. But I haven't actually played enough of Hearts of Iron 4 to know what kind of events they included, if they include any about that whole period of human history. And then you go to Stellaris, where then like, oh, we're going to have slaves again. I just think it's an interesting full circle. We can decide whether or not slavery should be legal in our empire. The enslavement of sapient beings is an abomination and will not be tolerated within our empire. Cannot enslave pups, and the slave market is much more expensive. Versus allowed. Allows the enslavement of pups within our empire. Can enslave pups. Is not a signatory. And we either have to be authoritarian, or fanatically authoritarian, or xenophobes, or fanatically xenophobic. Then it comes to the purge. Purged pups are unable to work, and will ultimately perish. The process will enrage them as well as any sympathetic fox. Currently prohibited. The purge is an atrocity and should always be treated as such. Cannot purge pups. Versus displacement only. It is not our responsibility to see to the needs of those who would undermine the foundations of our society. Let them find their homes outside our borders. So all must be false, not a signatory.
The special project has concluded.
The Rubricator. An analysis of the ship's logs reveals that the crew met its demise while trying to retrieve an irreplicable alien artifact called the Rubricator. It was stolen from their society by a pack of thieving rats. A curious choice of words, as they themselves are most rat-like in appearance. The logs are mainly comprised of curses willing the rat robbers to the end of the universe and beyond. Crew has counted upwards of 50 individual words for defecation, as well as a wide selection of places from which a star's light cannot escape. But their arduous work has paid off. We have uncovered the last known location of the Rubricator, in a previously uncharted system, and if we are to believe its former owners, its powers are worth pursuing. We must have the rubricator. Or leave. Let's begin the rubricator event chain.
Situation log has been updated.
Alright, I want to sit rep on the rubricator. Track all on the map. Ooh, coordinates explored. We have uncovered the last known coordinates. It is rumored to hold great power. It's a star system that has no known hyperlanes connecting to it as of yet. It's a bit outside of our reach for now, so we'll stop tracking it for now, but we'll send an expedition out in that way. We could create another scientific vessel whose sole mission is to move in that direction, surveying systems out in that area of space. I think we could support 3 science ships. Alright. We could call one the Discovery, the other one Enterprise, another one Bites the Dust. Alright, policies. Yarr. Oh, the Purge, yes. Oh, then you have allowed the troublesome and corrupt elements within our empire must be cleansed, lest their rot take root in us all. Well, that is horrifying. The options that we have there. Then we have edicts. So we've got map the stars, survey speed, and anomaly discovery. Awesome. Then there's encourage political thought, which helps people change what ethics they are aligned with. Volatile land clearance. By using volatile motes for their explosive capabilities, we're able to clear difficult terrain. So that helps you clear blockers. Interesting. Crystalline sensors help with sensor range by employing rare crystals to boost our sensors. Then exotic gases as fuel. Sublight speed increases. That's cool. So various exotic gases also function as excellent fuel for sublight travel, although perhaps not the most economically alternative. Exotic gases for shield boost. Alright. Some exotic gases can be utilized for boosting ship shields capabilities. They can create complex dampening fields to repel and soften enemy attacks. Then we have volatile ammunition. We are able to deploy volatile motes as an explosive in our ship's ammunition. Ooh, that does look pretty good. Volatile explosives. By using volatile motes to construct specialized missiles, our ships have better missile damage than armor. By enhancing our ship's armor with a reactive component, our ships are able to absorb more damage by reducing incoming damage with a controlled counter-explosion. Alright, then focusing crystals. Ooh. By increasing our ship's access to rare crystals, we are able to increase the damage of their energy weapons. So you could just throw a bunch of these exotic... if you have volatile motes, exotic gases, and rare crystals, if you have a lot of them, you could just give your ships some good improvements. That's good to know. Speaking of which, let's look through those. So we have the volatile motes. These are preternatural particles, which contain a tremendous amount of energy.
Knowledge is the key to the universe.
Ooh, yes. Alright, studying the different forms of life that appear on our world helps us better understand ourselves and the life that surrounds us. Let us learn new things. Alright, so I'm thinking that we should just have some eco simulations just to increase the farmer yields by 20% and would allow us to even have farming subsidies. Farming techniques can be further refined through sophisticated computer simulations of different environments and weather patterns. This allows for more predictable crop yields. Oh, very nice. It will take several months. How many years is that? 6 years, basically. Good to know. Well. New worlds. His expertise is not biology, but that's okay. Alright, let's get back
Double
to
the science ships means double the fun. We have a brand new science ship. Good. The scientist has...
Oh my god. Yes, I'm aware that we have a new science vessel. Also the UNS Discovery? No. Oh, that must just be what they always name it. We'll call it the Enterprise then. The UNS Enterprise. I hope I spelled that right. Oh dear. You will boldly go where some would want to go before. Need a fully crewed. Ah, yes.
The Leaders tab lets us hunt.
Alright, we'll need to recruit a new scientist. Anomaly discovery chance. Ooh, that is the right person. Catalina Martinez, you are the right scientist for this job. You'll lead the Enterprise on its maiden voyage. You'll
System survey concluded.
A section of space further out than ever before. We found a direct link to whatever that rubricator. Exciting stuff. Good luck, Enterprise. Our thoughts and prayers are with you. So don't run into any enemies, because they don't block weapons fire. Alright, we have to increase the fleet. That's right. Yes. Alright, the Earth Defense Force. We need you to reinforce the fleet by one. So you'll be able to do that at the start of the next The start of the next month. Words. Alright, so we have the volatile motes that they contain a tremendous amount of energy which can be used and exploited in energy production, fuel, or even as explosives. Then we have exotic gases, but we'll learn about that in a moment. Excellent. Oh yeah, ships are expensive. Alloys are important.
Here we see a breakdown of it.
Earth.
This is our homeworld.
Alright, let's build another alloy foundry? Is 11 enough? If we got, well, these are questions that I ask myself every day. They take minerals and they turn them into alloys. We have a lot of minerals. Ooh, Fernando Mendez has leveled up. Alright. Actually, food. I'm thinking food. Food would be good. Let's build another agricultural district. Yes. This will give us more farming jobs, so that we don't need to worry about where our next meal is going to come from. And in fact, we could then enact our encourage planetary growth with a decision. So that's cool. Excellent. Let's see, we could declare martial law. Well, we don't want that yet. Whoa. Ooh. But if we need a boost to our amenities, we could distribute luxury goods. So that's good. Decisions are cool. Alright, so we have our... The ship is being built up. Excellent. 24 days until that's ready. Excellent, excellent. Alright, so we have the exotic gases, rare and exotic gases with a variety of different uses, particularly in the operation of advanced energy-based weaponry and force fields. Some of the gases can also be used as starship fuel, or even as recreational drugs, man. Alright, then we've got rare crystals. These crystals have properties that make them extremely effective at focusing laser beams, and they are also a critical component in most advanced electronics. In addition, many cultures treasure them as decorations and adornments. Next up, living metal. This inorganic metal shows characteristics usually seen only in biological life forms. It will always attempt to regenerate back into the shape it was stabilized into. That's cool.
Good. We now have a small but capable space fleet that should serve us well in the event of any unexpected hostile encounters.
Excellent. Alright, so we built up our fleet. Good. The EDF is ready. Oh, that's expensive upkeep. Alright. So I think we want more alloys, if only to sell the alloys. Ho, ho, ho. So we're going to build another alloy foundry, so that we can start shifting some of the mineral burden that we are using to buy energy credits away from minerals and onto some alloys, maybe 1 or 2 a month. It means that we'll still be able to produce enough alloys that we need, and also get a little bit more bang for our buck in terms of energy credits from the market. Not saying that we need them, but we are currently... Oh, let's cut back consumer... not spending, but I don't know, basically it's consumer taxes in a way. The consumer goods that we are selling off. And we've already cut back on the food that we're selling. Alright, well, now we'll keep that where it's at right now then. Alright, so now we have Zero, or Rho, an extremely rare aerosol of exotic particles. It has been deposited on a number of worlds through meteor impacts, but its true origin is a mystery. It's kind of like dust, maybe. If ingested by psionically gifted individuals, Zero acts as a very potent and addictive drug that enhances the psi abilities. Also kind of like spice. You got spice, dust, Zero. The Zero must flow. Then dark matter.
Anomalous readings registered.
Ooh, Sirius V. Sirius 5A, eh? That must be... Whoa, where is that? Ah, why so serious? The Sirius system is pretty small, which means your radio signals will make it. Ba-dum-ching. A small rectangular object on the surface of this moon is deflecting all scrambling beams like a mirror. Our sensors are unable to determine its material composition. Very well, Fernando. You will redirect course to that moon. Tell us what you find. Meanwhile, we have Sirius 3. Looks like a very good candidate for future colonization. Speaking of which, how is the Atlantic doing? Doing pretty well. Good, good. Alright, we'll expand into Bernard Star next. Bernard. And build up our stuff there. That's good. Oh, that's definitely unpause the game. Oh, that's my bad. Good, good. Alright, so we're doing well on expanding around the galaxy. Around the town. 6 months until our next tradition. Excellent. Alright, now we have dark matter. This exotic substance has many probabilities that some consider unnatural, that seemingly defy several natural laws. Harvestable concentrations can only be found near black holes or in certain nebulas. Nanites. Simple yet powerful nanoactuators, allowing for complex manipulations and experiments of mesoscopic scales. Geez, they really love throwing out the hard to... just words you don't run into every day that you know how to pronounce in your head, but when you try and say them out loud, you run into trouble. Meanwhile, where's the Enterprise? Ah, going from Alpha Centauri. Okay. It's a faster route, apparently. Well, that's good. They'll begin their quest for knowledge. Excellent. We'll get more energy credits produced. Okay. So we've looked at our edicts, we've looked at all the special materials. Got our unity, our influence, alloys, consumer goods, food, yep. Alright, what about Empire Sprawl? Well, total Empire Sprawl, 18. 10 from districts, 6 from systems, 2 from one colony. Administrative capacity is 30, with a base of 30. While our Empire sprawl is lower than our administrative capacity, we do not suffer any penalties. Empire sprawl is a measure of the territorial expansion of our empire in the form of controlled systems, colonies, and districts. A high Empire sprawl is a strain on your empire's administrative capacity, and will increase the cost of technologies, traditions, leaders, edicts, and campaigns. Well, we'll have to keep an eye on that then, eh? It doesn't say how we can increase it. Empire
Research concluded.
We did some sort of nanoparticles that make more science or something. Alright, well, whenever we finish our research in a technology, we've got 3. This technology will remain a valid option until it is researched. Interesting. Is it already almost researched anyway? Rare crystal manufacturing. This technology, let's see, the crystallization process is complicated and difficult, but synthetic crystals can be manufactured by using specialized industrial plants. We'll unlock a synthetic crystal plant and lithoid crystal plant. Translucers turn minerals into rare crystals. Very interesting. Now, rare crystals would allow us, at least on the surface immediately. What? Oh, yeah. Crystalline sensors, sensor range +1, and energy weapon damage. Alright, so probably not something we need right now. So I think we won't do that at the moment. But standardized Corvette patterns seem nice. It will cut the cost of Corvettes in the long run. 5 alloys, nothing to sneeze at. That's half a month's worth of alloys. Only half. Ah, ships. Ah. Oh, yeah, we definitely want more alloys. Alright. So yeah, we definitely want this as well. Corvettes can be built faster and more affordable. Good.
We have the ability to manually design new ships in the Ship Designer screen. This is a fairly straightforward process, though one that can be fully automated if we so wish.
Excellent. I think we've looked at it before, but it'll be good to look at it again once we... build a colony ship. Let's take a look at Alpha Centauri. I think that's our... yeah, I mean, there don't seem to be any downsides, per se, beyond Titanic life forms.
Construction completed.
Hurting one district. But I think it's a large planet. It's got a lot of sizes. 10 districts from the outset. We could use it to have more mining or generate it. We could specialize it. It could be an agricultural planet that ensures that we will never have to worry about food ever again. So I'm thinking, what did we just build? Ah, good is. Ah, the Atlantic is ready for its next mission. Alright. You are to bring Bernard's into our little confederation. Anyway, Alpha Centauri 3 is one candidate for exploration. Another one would be Sirius 3. Oh, whoa, actually. Holy bajolly. It's far out there. But it's a much better candidate. Look at it. It's a wet climate, rocky world with a nitrogen-oxygen atmosphere, active and stable hydrosphere, great land masses, separated by oceans with large climate variations depending on latitude and longitude. Ooh, look at that like weird stripe of stuff. That's cool. Yeah, I think that is it. Looks like it might have some polar ice caps down there. It's hard to tell with the really bright cloud cover. Could also be a storm of some kind. Just a permanent storm system because of how wet it is. Depending on how that looks like snow. Anyway, alright. Yeah, this is definitely the prime candidate. They have prosperous mesas, rugged woods, fertile land, massive agricultural potential. This could be the breadbasket of humanity for generations. Excellent. I am very...
The planets and sectors screen.
Very excited. Can we mark it somehow? Not colonize planets. Ah, you can just click and colonize. Interesting. Alright, alien mural. While conducting surface scans of Sirius 5A, Science Officer Fernando Mendez and the crew of the UNS Pythias have discovered what appears to be an artificially carved slab of rock covered in alien writing. They have not yet detected any other signs of alien activity on the moon. And exactly how the mural came to be here is a mystery. Have prepared a special project to translate the text. Oh, is that right next to Siri? Oh. Wow.
Situation log has been updated.
Yes. Alright. Pythias, engage with that research project. Excellent. Good luck. The Sirius system is very much of interest to me. So that will be, we'll get Bernard Star fully integrated into our territory. Uh-oh. Oh man, it's another...
The archaeology window shows details of the currently selected archaeology site. After progress is made, you can still go back and read previous stages by clicking the rune icons.
To unravel the secrets of a site, a scientist must make a breakthrough and advance through each of the site's stages. Scientists with relevant traits and higher skill speed the process of advancing to the next stage, while a higher difficulty rating of a site will slow it. Any scientist who investigates a site for long enough will amass clues, which will make a breakthrough more likely. Alright, the entire surface of the small asteroid is covered in robot debris, trapped in its weak gravity field. It appears military in nature, and there are enough combat droids here to outfit several armies, had they not been shattered beyond all repair. That's unfortunate. We'll keep it in our sights. Alright, so the Enterprise is heading there. They're in the Stellaris system, surveying there. Got the Bivham. Sirius is very... want that inside of us as quickly as possible. Now the Atlantic is on the way. It will take a few months, I imagine, to get there, or weeks. Some amount of time, I'm sure.
I have important information for you.
The anomalies screen lists all as of yet researched anomalies that have been encountered. And victory.
The victory screen lists certain conditions that we can strive to fulfill to ensure that the legacy of our star nation will endure for as long as there is intelligent life in the galaxy.
So we are currently ranked 3rd. So I'll have to keep an eye on that, I suppose. I think there might be 2 or 3 other nations around. I don't quite remember. So we might be in last place. Alright, but will we remain in last place forever? We're gonna find out in the next episode. This seems like a good place to leave off. This has been episode 4, and don't forget to go over to twitch.tv/SirSquire and follow us over there to find our live playthroughs where you play a direct and pivotal role in how each playthrough unfolds. Link is in the description, but don't forget to like and subscribe here on YouTube, as well as hit that notification bell to catch all of our Squire Squad action.